Welcome to Super Chats. I'm Nick.
I'm Cameron.
Carlos.
And this week, we've had the biggest Holotalk of all time. We've had the 3rd annual HoloID Cup. And Yuko Yurei had a family chat. Let's get into it. I add that in post.
I thought I'd save you the problem this time, and I'll do it for you.
I'll leave it in. That's fine.
Yeah, sometimes you can edit live.
I don't understand.
It's it's like surgery in the waiting room. You can do it there too.
Oh, yeah. You just bring a butter knife. I'm getting started, guys. Whenever you're ready, just...
I know the first few steps. You guys can do the hard bits. It's like mom plugging in the computer and then you put in the Wi-Fi password.
That's exactly what it is.
Surgery's a lot like that.
Do you know how expensive surgery is? I'm trying to save some money here. Come on.
I love going immediately off topic. It's so funny.
We've done it for like the last 4 episodes.
Yeah.
So now it's a trend.
It is a trend. I like trending. We should trend sometime.
We have a new segment to talk about.
We do. It's about trending.
It's about trending. Yes. It's called Senpai Noticed Me. And this week, Senpai Noticed Us, which is good. I made a post on the Twits that was directed very specifically at Uruka, and I congratulated her on 100,000 views on her intro song.
Oh.
And then her response was to thank me. And then she posted about it herself and like spread the good news. And it was great to do. It was great to see. Senpai Noticed Us.
Congratulations, Nicholas. You're the equivalent of Siri.
Yes. I'm here to remind people of things.
Even now, the evil seed of what you've done germinates inside you.
Thank you.
That's a good reminder.
Oh.
I forget sometimes.
I try to forget.
I have so many seeds germinating.
But then
I can't keep track.
I close my eyes and there they are. All the people.
Great segment. I'm glad we start with how good you're doing.
Yeah. It's been a good week, folks. All right. Yeah. No, in general, though, I'm really happy about that. It's always great when you get a little interaction from folks, especially the people that you enjoy their content. So.
The social aspect is a large part of it.
Indeed. It's kind of why we're here, right?
Yeah.
All right. Let's hop into actual news with the big events of the week.
Oh, my God. Segment.
Yes. We've got segments now because I was bored.
Oh, my stars and garters.
So I've reorganized ourselves a
Segment
little bit.
it, much like the noble centipede.
Exactly. Perhaps even like a millipede.
It's a millipede if it's completely off the rails in God's light.
True. So this week we're starting with big events like the Holotalk that happened this week.
The big old Holotalk that most of us saw.
I watched the entire thing.
I saw half.
I watched the whole thing.
Genuinely saw half.
Well, that's good. That's good. That's more than nothing.
Indeed.
I'm proud of you.
I typically see no VTubers.
All right, so let's go through the big headlines here. There were a ton of really good Q's and A's here, obviously, as it was an interview. That's what Holotalk is. If you're unfamiliar, Kiara Takanashi of Hololive English Myth this is her 29th episode, where she interviews usually Japanese talents from Hololive in order to bring knowledge of the Japanese VTubers to the American audience. But this week, she interviewed the entirety of HoloAdvent, EN Generation 3.
Which is the opposite. Because normally it's her trying... Everything's in Japanese, and then she's trying to translate it into English as best she can.
Exactly.
And that was the opposite. She had like half things that were still in Japanese that she didn't switch over to English.
Yes.
So she was like translating it into English for Advent as best she could, and then also translating it, some of it back to Japanese for the Japanese audience.
Yes, because there were Japanese people watching as well, obviously.
Yeah, because they really love Fuwamoko.
Who doesn't? Those are good dogs. So let's start off with some of the really cool information we got. And boy, we got a lot of information out of this. I'm not going to lie.
Yeah, I definitely cut some things entirely, because if you want the whole story, you need to just watch the whole thing, honestly.
Yeah.
I just wish there was a podcast that would repeat interviews beat by beat.
I know, right? If only we could act them out, too.
Let me get the wig.
That's right.
Carlos, rock, paper, scissors, loser gets Nerissa, winner gets Shiori. But then again, Nerissa scores.
You're Kiara.
I fucking win.
I need this.
Put on the hat. I need this. Tell me I'm doing a good job.
All right. So one of the questions obviously is like, how long have you been watching HoloLive? They've all been watching since EN Gen 1.
Yeah, all since like Myth.
Yeah.
It's like watch this train wreck.
Yeah. Which is
Oh, it's
fair.
good.
That's when I got involved.
Yeah, it's
frankly.
like I was literally, ooh, let's watch this train wreck. Oh shit, really?
Yeah, it's not bad, not bad. Is that when you came into, Carlos? I mean, don't get me wrong. I guess I did watch some Kiz and I back in the day. But...
Oh yeah.
Generally, it was kind of the same with most of them as the same with, I think, all of us, where they kind of like, most of them knew about HoloLive, or at the very least knew VTubers before, and Myth coming out was just kind of like the kickoff point to actually start caring about them like actively.
Yeah, that was a huge inflection point for VTubers in general in the U.S. Well, the Western world.
A fucking shark. No way.
Yeah, every time.
A fucking shark.
The shark goes, eh. They talked about the feelings that they went through when they joined HoloLive, which was
Those were fucking funny.
very strongly emotional for all of them, basically, because how could it not be?
It was a Bijou who was like, I was already crying, and then I read the email and cried more.
She was crying because she was listening to good music, and then she got an email and she cried harder.
I do that sometimes. Where like I have a playlist called "Time to Cry, Bitch," and I play, and it's like the songs that will actually get to me.
I use movies for that personally. I have a list.
I have a couple movies that will demolish me, but I'm afraid I've like weared them down because now I've seen those clips so much, and it's like.
I've seen all of the Honkai Impact animated videos. I've seen all of them minimum a dozen times, and I cry every time. Like almost all of them. So.
Oh fuck! I'm
Gotcha games, folks.
I'm remembering the last fucking time I cried. I was a little drunk last Saturday, and I was playing a new game.
What happens?
A new game that came out that probably no one's going to stream because it's too small. It's called Stray Gods. It's an interactive RPG musical where your choices changes the music.
Interesting.
That game made me start tearing up like a bitch because like that shit's touching.
The last game that made me cry was probably Firewatch.
Good choice. Good choice.
Yeah, I cried during Firewatch, like pretty hard. Within like the first 20 minutes too.
Yeah, because Firewatch is, I think it's common knowledge. Firewatch's start is way stronger than its end.
Yeah. And it's just like, it just beats you up from the start. Really good game though. So good.
Still play it, folks.
Oh, definitely.
I like Firewatch.
It leads to a solid conclusion either way.
So yeah, it was Bijou who was already crying. It just rolled into a second vat of tears.
But I'm pretty sure they all said they cried.
Yeah, they all cried.
Which, I mean, it's like a dream job, frankly.
Yeah, this is like a, hey, that YouTube thing, getting paid for it now.
Yeah, immediately.
And like good pay, too, guaranteed pay.
I think it was Shiori that said like she literally just blanked when she got the email. She,
Yeah.
like, just
Is this real?
You don't even know what to think about it.
That would be such a shock.
My reaction would be Shiori's because that's how I feel about like anything.
That's I don't know
Anything big.
how to define this, but that's anytime something large and impactful happens in my life that I have a very strong emotional response to. I'm always just like, okay, I've got like 24 hours before this hits. Like anything that needs sorted, I need to sort now because when this hits, I'm going to be like either like ruined for the next week or like I'm going to be so excited I don't know how to deal with anything for the next week. You know,
if I'm quiet, I'm dealing with some shit.
Yeah. It's one of those things where like I've had enough large life events now that like whenever they hit, I'm like, I got 24 hours to sort things and then I'm just going on my feelings at that point. So I feel like that's usually, I can understand where they're all coming from on this one.
I do find wild the confirmation that they have to practice their intros in front of staff.
I'm not even shocked a little bit. First of all, you got to be practicing that shit anyways.
Yeah, you should already be practicing it. But I realized, like, man, it'd be so weird to do like a whole intro stream in front of just like 4 or 5 employees.
So, in an earlier life,
doodly.
Yeah, exactly. I applied to work for an online radio station as a DJ.
Oh,
Yeah, I did not make it, but they did make me stream for like 3 hours straight as a DJ. With no audience interaction the entire time because it was an online station that had a really active IRC at the time. So like normally you would just chat with people the entire time that you were being a DJ. And then like you'd roll off suggestions and things. You'd have people to chit chat with. You would talk on stream, but then also everything would, you would have like feedback. But for like 3 hours, they were like, no, you're just a DJ. Like, there is no feedback. Play what you want to play, do what you want to do, but you got to keep it interesting and have fun with it. And so I was really bad at it anyways, because I had no idea how to speak for any amount of time at all, basically, and keep things flowing. I know I'm a little stilted even now, don't get me wrong, but back then it was way worse. So I did not get accepted, but it did give me somewhat of an insight to this. And it's one of those things where, like, if you want to be good at stuff like this, you really got to actually practice it. And getting feedback from other people is the biggest thing, because they're going to see things that you can't. And you just have to take their word on it and be like, okay, that's something I need to address.
Do the thing. Get help doing the thing. Get told if the thing good or bad.
Yes.
Leave a comment down below of how we're...
Oh, call to action.
A call to action in the middle? What is this?
Yeah, let us know if we're doing good or bad.
Some of them must have really, like, I think Bijou probably would have been the one that would have had to have, like, done the most with that. Because especially with her literally, like, you know, exiting full screen from her PowerPoint and, like, editing the PowerPoint
mid-presentation. Strong. It's a power move, in my opinion.
Yeah.
Powerful point.
Oh my god. Thank you.
Oh, that's why they call it that.
Yeah. So you got that.
Do it right now.
Did good.
Thanks.
We watched a man learn something today.
Watch a man learn to be better. People can change.
Of course, if they already wanted to be part of Hololive, they've all got Oshis.
Indeed.
You're never gonna believe who Nerissa's Oshi is.
Let me take a guess. Aqua?
Yes.
Shion.
Also yes. No, it's Kiara.
Oh, the gay.
Yeah. The orange gay bird.
Gay bird.
Yes. Aggressively gay. Yes. So Nerissa and Kiara have been flirting on main for literally weeks now, and they finally got to chat face to face, and then immediately they were like, "We're collabing tomorrow, 1-on-1." And then
100% the vibe I got from them is you and your three friends are at the Ruby Tuesdays with the couple that just got together.
Yeah.
It's like, holy shit, those two would not stop.
I mean, to be fair, Nerissa flirts with literally everything that moves right now. She's just like, she's after Shiori real hard. Like,
yeah. Day one of missing Shiori. Thanks, Nerissa.
Nerissa is just in love with everybody, and it's fun to see. She's just in hog heaven, is what she is. She's happier than a pig in shit.
Humana.
She's just losing it.
Table for Humana.
Yeah. And she hit 400K today. Congratulations.
Oh, fuck, I didn't know. Congrats.
Yeah. So she's doing real good. Fumoko, their favorites include, because they gave us a list, but of course, Polka.
I mean, considering there's two of them.
Yeah. It makes sense. They get two each. Polka, Marine, Fauna, Calli. They really like a lot of folks. They're in my camp of thinking where I'm just like, I got a favorite, maybe. Depends on the day.
You know what was kind of funny about that, though, was I believe they were the two that said, before they actually started listing off their Oshis, and they said, but it was actually Hachima that was the one that they saw first.
Of course. Who didn't? No, Hachima let a lot of people into the rabbit hole, frankly. Korone was mine, as I've said in the past. She dragged me kicking and screaming, but Hachima was there very quickly as well, because this was the Hachima cooking era. And Bitch Made Pasta is a great video. So, yeah, getting pulled into the rabbit hole by Hachima is such a thing. Of course, our hearts all go out to Hachima. We hope she's recovering well as well.
Indeed. Holy crap.
Yeah. Shiori dodged the question and just said everybody in EN.
Yeah, she phrased it well, but yeah, she didn't pick one. She just said, I fucking love EN.
Yeah, which is fair.
And I know Shiori, like, she's a fucking VTuber historian. If she had a favorite, she'd know.
Yeah. It's probably one of those things where she was like, my favorite isn't actually a member of Hololive, so...
I really like K-San.
Yeah. Not stepping on toes today, so...
I wouldn't be surprised if hers would be, like, an older one, like one of the kings or something.
One of the kings, or maybe even, like, Kizuna Ai or something like that. It would not shock me even a little bit.
Yeah.
Because she's been in it forever, it feels like. So
Shiori, who's your favorite VTuber? Jeff from Rooster Teeth. I mean...
Really?
Calliope Mori. Fuck, why'd you say that, Shiori?
Jeff Laser Ramsey? I was more of a Ray guy myself. Bijou said all of Vienna as well. Also said she was scared of what would happen if she didn't say Kaela. So
Kaela's... It's so weird to be chosen.
Just like somebody rocks up and is just like, I'm going to make you my friend right now. And then it happened. And she threatened her with a pickaxe.
Yeah.
If they weren't friends.
Hi, welcome to my house.
She has been taken in by the I don't even know what to refer to her at
The
this point.
Minecraft no life king.
Yeah.
So, which is a good place to be. It's a good place to be on Kayla's side, frankly, because she's Kayla, also, believe it or not, a gem. All right.
Sorry, I
question-
was so silent with my reaction. I was in pain.
It's understandable. The question arose next. Does your family know that you Vtube?
No.
Kiara says that her mom not only watches but also did a live stream with her at one point.
Yeah, her
playing
mom
Minecraft.
watches every stream.
Yep, which is true. And also, you got to see Mama Kiara
Yep.
if you watched the Minecraft stream, which was really fun, frankly.
I do remember that stream.
Because most of the stream was her picking on her daughter. Shiori says her family thinks she's a voice actor.
Yeah, she told her family she's a voice actor, and the family just doesn't know.
Yeah, which is fair enough. It's close enough, you know. That's Kiara said at that point. She's like, "That's what I tell people when I meet them."
Yeah.
It's kind of hard. Like, if there's somebody that doesn't know what this type of thing is, you are never going to get them to understand.
As someone who's tried to explain this podcast to my mother, I can tell you, at some point I just gave up and said, "It's a podcast. Don't worry about it."
Okay, let me. Okay, here's what I do, Dad. I am an anime woman online. 1/3 of my fans are masturbating. Like while you're talking, yes, it's important.
100%, yeah.
And you play video games,
So, Father, do you know what hot glowing is?
and they pay you money to talk and play video games. Yes, Dad.
I guess my child's a whore. I don't know. I don't really understand. Bijou said that her family watches all her streams, but they struggle with English,
Yes.
which is adorable.
Bijou is a second generational
Yes.
rock. I think she literally said her family only speaks rock.
Yeah. It's the same with Fumoko and their family only speaking dog.
Yeah.
Speaking of, Fumoko's parents don't understand what they do.
Just a gentle knock at the door, a concerned mother. You two have been barking for a while. Are you okay?
I hear the word bow a lot. Are you hungry? Do you need bow buns? No, it's okay, Mom. We're not hungry for bow.
I was gonna say
Bow,
like
bow.
so it would be weird like with the way some of them stream, like hearing them screaming off in the other room, and then I thought about for a second, like no, I think bowing into the microphone is probably more concerning, honestly,
Yeah.
if you don't know what they're doing.
Hello. Welcome to the misunderstanding corner. We have confused our mother.
There is a wonderful clip of Solon, who was in the middle of playing, I don't know, we'll say Apex. And, you know, she's streaming normally, and then suddenly she's speaking Mandarin Chinese. And then you hear like a door close. And she's like, "Oh, sorry, my mom came in."
That's cute.
Yeah, and so and she was like, I literally yelled at her, "What do you want?" Like, just yelled at her in Mandarin, "What do you want?" Anyways, sorry, we got off topic there
That's
a little
fine.
bit, but Solid's great,
Nerissa's family knows. And they're getting in the other VTubers now.
which is good.
Yeah.
Then more rabbits for the rabbit hole.
Fill the warren.
Peko.
Yeah, her exact words were they started watching some of the others, and it's like, oh, these other ones, they're kind
no.
of cute too.
No, do you fucking remember? Nerissa's like, so which one's your favorite? And Nerissa mom goes, probably the orange one with the hat. And Nerissa went, you picked my fucking Oshi.
It's a strong family lineage of really liking Kiara a whole lot, which is admirable.
You might want to take a 23andMe, Nick. There might be a little Nerissa in you.
How can I propose marriage to Nerissa if we're related? What is this, an anime?
No, it's Alabama.
Oh, same thing.
Hey, sorry to our Alabamian viewers. We did not understand what we were saying at the time, and since then we have grown and changed. Thank you for allowing us the opportunity to be better.
Boilerplate. We did not intentionally say anything that is offensive. All right. After that, there was a drawing segment, and I found out one thing, and that is that I have the same artistic ability as Nerissa, which is none.
Which one was like mildly okay, but still clearly low tier? Because that'd be me.
Okay, that's. Ooh, I don't know.
It's not really
they were all
polite.
pretty good. They were
Yeah.
good or bad, and I was one. I'm in the same camp as the bad one. I can't draw for anything. I think it was Nerissa that was bad at drawing, right?
Fua's hers was pretty interesting.
Oh yeah. Yeah, Fumoko had to take turns drawing. They had to go back and forth because there just weren't enough spots to draw in, and also they were both at the same location.
This gimmick is only going to get wilder.
I know it's something else, but they did take turns. They drew each other, like they went down a line, each drawing the next person. It was very cute. It was fun. They talked about their favorite past streams, their favorite original songs. They did a Hololive knowledge contest, which was really fun because one of the people, and by one of them I mean two of them, blew everyone else out of the water.
Gosh, I wonder who.
Yeah, Fumoko just demolished this. They were the first to answer almost every question, which was fine. They obviously know their stuff.
Yes.
They were buzzing faster than anyone else.
I think Bijou knew all of the answers. She just wasn't either not fast enough to hit the button or just couldn't think fast enough, which is my problem with these kinds of things too. Like, I can usually get the answer right, but I don't think that
It's
fast.
the twitchy arm fucks that always win.
Yeah.
It's always like the kid who's like wired on two monsters and hasn't studied a day in class, but god damn does he know trivia.
Oh, Kyle.
Yeah.
Yeah, gotcha. Yeah, they did really, really well. Kiara was putting the questions up on screen for them to see, so they could buzz in at any time, and they were just buzzing immediately and then reading the question probably.
Bow.
But they did know them all for the most part, so it was a good little.
Bows in.
No, I think the most hilarious one was the can you spell Laplace's name?
Oh, that was really good. I did not know that.
Yeah.
That little bit of trivia where
LA plus symbol?
no, how do you spell the last name?
What's happening?
How do you spell Laplace's last name?
What is her last name?
Her name is Laplace Darkness.
Oh, fuck. Yeah, darkness, right? Is it like D alpha symbol RKNESS?
No, there's an extra S, so it's darkness with 3 S's.
Fuck off! Actually,
Yeah, I know, right?
god damn you!
I did not know that either. So that
Like,
was a good one.
nobody knew. Even like most people in
Who
the
would
chat.
know?
Even the people in the chat were just like, why?
Ah, yes, I, the snake tuber. Finally, my opportunity. I've made this mistake.
That's right, though. There are 3
Shut up!
S's. There are.
Shut up! Inverse, Undernight, Rebirth, fuck off.
Even on the official page. Always go to the official source, folks. All right. They also, Kiara snuck in the most important question of all time here. Carlos is dying.
Carlos is coughing off mic, which is very polite of him.
Appreciate
Even more
that.
polite of us to indicate it.
What a good man. They also snuck in the most important question of all time here. What color are your panties? Go.
Red.
Black.
Coward. No balls. Coward. Carlos is dying.
still
yet
dying.
further.
Okay. That's fair. That's fine. Get it all out where you can. Bijou took a second and checked because, of course, she had to. And she was like, pink. Rissa was like, I don't wear those.
Well established.
Yep. We all knew that. And
Kiara was not accepting of that. She's like, no, what color? And Nerissa's just like, transparent?
Yeah, like flesh, the king's clothes.
there you go.
The king's new clothes, for fuck's sake.
And then nobody else would answer. Fumoko was just like, bow. And then
I think my favorite for that still, and will probably forever be, was Korone's answer, Snoopy.
Snoopy.
Yeah.
Snoopy. That was a really good one, actually. Let's see. We learned a little bit more about Rissa. She has been in choir for 8 years, and she has 2 years of professional voice training,
Believable.
which is understandable as to why she's such a good vocal artist in this regard. Fantastic to understand a little bit more about that. And then, did you make it to Bibu's MMO rant?
Nope.
This was very fun. You made it through this, right, Carlos?
Yeah.
Oh my god, it was so much fun. Basically, she really, really loves character customization, which is one of the reasons she really enjoyed Black Desert.
She specifically said if the MMO does not have either a really, really good character creation, or if she cannot drop her credit card on whatever cosmetics she wants to look beautiful, or cute or whatever she wants, she will not play the game.
Yes.
Self-expression is very important.
This is also where Carlos probably fell a little bit further into the Bijou rabbit hole of
The minds.
really, the mines. Thank you. We got there in the end, folks. Of just loving the crap out of this gem because she's willing to wail on all her MMOs. Also, whenever she said her first MMO was Maple Story, I immediately messaged Carlos and informed him of this.
Perfect.
Yep.
And that's probably like out of every MMO, it's a kind of like not real known anymore because nobody knows about Maple Story anymore. But Maple Story character customization is absolutely insane. You have to spend a stupid amount of money because a lot of it is on a gacha system.
Great.
Makes sense.
I love that for him.
But you can make yourself look as cute as you want.
And there you go.
We should incorporate a gotcha system into the podcast.
We'll shop that later.
Okay, well, sorry.
Shop that. That's for the Patreon.
Stay tuned, everyone. Wouldn't that fucking suck?
For $1 on the Patreon, you might get.
We introduce a new tier of Netflix. Once per month, we assign you a random show. I got weeds.
The other MMOs she's played include Blade and Soul, Guild Wars 2, and her current MMO is Final Fantasy 14.
Mm-hmm.
This is where it gets to
Hello.
Cameron,
Hello.
who's a big fan of
Hello.
Final Fantasy 14.
I actually played some over the weekend. Hello.
And there you go. And this is where she gets back to me because she's really excited, and so is Kiara, for Blue Protocol, which I'm really excited for. This game looks fun to me. So, in one fucking answer, Bibu hit all three of us somehow.
What a rock.
She is a rock.
She rocked our world.
She's
Oh.
rocking in the free world. All right. After that, we got Fuamoko with some questions and answers. They do not sleep in the same bed, or do they? Because they do. It's a bunk bed. There's so much more room for activities when you have a bunk bed. Fuwawa is on top. Mokoko said at some points she has woken up and been like, is there an earthquake? Because Fuwawa is like tossing and turning and is restless.
Mood.
Fuamoko have clarified in another stream that they are in fact twins in real life. They do not react and say the same things at the same time on purpose. It just happens, and they're extremely embarrassed about it.
That's so fucking
But they are literally twinning at times. It is just how twins are.
Yeah, I mean, it happens between like parent and sibling, or parent and child. Sometimes between siblings, twins. It's even more prevalent most of the time. It's just, I don't know. It's pretty cute hearing that they're so embarrassed about it, though.
It is, yeah.
Yeah.
It's one of those things where, like, obviously that's just going to be the case, but also, like, I get it. Like, it's one of those things where you might not always appreciate it.
Yeah, I mean, they don't appreciate it in real life, but it works wonders as a streamer duo.
I did see a really cute piece of fan art that was like, have you ever seen the interview with the two guys that played the twins in the Harry Potter movies? And there was an interview where they were just like, so are you guys twins in real life? And the one of them's just like, no, we met at the it's a funny story. We met up at the auditions. And then someone made a version of that, but it's Fuka.
Oh, I saw that.
Yeah. So there's some good art out there about this. Next up, everybody turned into robots for a little bit because the internet fell apart, which was really funny.
The entire internet.
All of it. And then we had some quick confessions. They all confessed something about the next person down the line, which was really fun, actually. Fuamoko was first, and they confessed that Bibu was clumsy. Who would have guessed?
Wow.
She spilled water like everywhere, apparently, when they met, and no one was surprised. Shiori then confessed that Fuamoko was cute. Who'd have guessed? No one could have seen this coming.
You know, it's about time someone spelled it out for me. I had my feelings.
They are, quite frankly, adorable.
Mm-hmm.
Adorable.
Mm-hmm.
Rissa then confessed that Shiori is clingy with her, just not on stream. And then Shiori got defensive, which was really funny.
Good.
Because Shiori was just like, is this what you really want? Just solid interactions. And then Bibu confessed that Rissa touched the cutting board. Her boobala.
Her honka donka badonkas.
Thank you. Yes. As flat as they are, RZA then said, flat as justice.
Classic quote.
Preach, sister.
Smooth like a rock.
And then said they're smooth like a rock. And then Bijou got to touch some pudding in response.
What's happening?
They met up and they touched each other's boobs.
Oh my god, are you my gen
I like the fact that Nerissa was like, I asked, like, like she clarified later. She was like, I didn't just walk up and touch. You always get consent, but I did ask. And then people were just like, well, did you ask anybody else? And she was like, I didn't really feel comfortable. I don't think Fumoka would be into it. And like, there's this big long thing she did.
Bibu, you own an air fryer?
There you go. That's all you need. That's the go ahead.
You know,
to ask. You still need to ask.
And then you have the opposite, and you have Marine, who just kind of like insists.
Yeah, Marine, who did a stream with Bay and Calli this week that we don't have on the docket, but I did want to bring up because the entire time Marine was just like, "So we're going to bed after this, right, Calli?" And Calli is like, "No, well, no," the entire time. It's pretty fun. You should look up clips from that if you haven't, by the way. All right. Then they did a future past. What would you tell yourself a year ago? What would you tell yourself a year from now? And then there were some really interesting answers there. Basically, a lot of it was keep working hard or...
Gambare.
Yeah, exactly.
A lot of their past answers were a lot of them were along the lines of, you know, you're depressed now, but don't stop. It'll be worth it.
Yeah, you get there in the end. You just got to keep working. And then, of course, the ultimate question of what does Hololive mean to you? Shiori said it's like a new family. Nerissa said she has very complex feelings because she was a fan and now she's a member and things are really interesting for her in this regard.
It's always hard to go from fan to like full-on member.
Yeah.
I know, I'll be transparent. If I ever became a Holostar through like some like frenzy, I would never message Bay ever.
Yeah.
It's like, nope, never spoke with you. Who are you?
There are
Because like it's too much.
There are two tacks to take with that. You either immediately do it so that it's done and you can be over the awkwardness.
Yeah, Nerissa.
Yeah. Which is what I would do. I'd immediately be like, Kiara, I'm like, listen, I really admire you, blah, 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 blah. I do the whole thing and be like, can we do a stream together so I can propose to you on it and then you can reject me? If not, it's cool. Either way, I think it'd be funny. If you don't think it's funny, then we wouldn't do it. But then again, you know, VTuber fans.
Yeah.
They can be fucking weird.
That actually is the worst thing. Is like if any of us ever become like a Holostar, we can't fucking talk about it at all.
And that's the thing is like if we were if we actually got to be Holostars, we basically Fubuki would want to like collab with us and nobody else. So that's how it always works, right?
It's not even that nobody else would want to. It's that at Hololive in particular is Hololive fans in particular are out of all of the big corpos are probably the worst about that.
Definitely, because they're idols, and that's the idol culture shining through in the worst way possible.
I can dive into the sky
every time. Fumoko said Hololive means endless possibilities to them.
True.
And Bijou said it's a source of motivation.
A reason to get out of bed.
There you go. These things are all fantastic answers. And this was frankly one of the best interviews. It gave us a ton of really a little bit more in-depth information all in one really good condensed place. Obviously, if you've been watching all of these streams that they've been doing, you've gotten a lot of this information already. Anyway. But this was a fantastic way to just get it all at once. And you just catch up with everybody a little bit, you know?
It's a smart way to condense not just this information to one place and also to have another huge collaboration, but also get them collaborating with an experienced talent like Kiara, who can help to kind of like organize the collaboration so it's a little less chaotic, makes a little more sense, and get more dynamics out of everyone. I think that's pretty wise.
But part of it too is if you have actually been watching all of their streams since they debuted to get all of this information out of them from their streams, you're a lunatic.
That's true too. I haven't even been able to keep up with a single one of them. So
it's hard enough to keep up with like two of them right now because they're all streaming so much.
Hey, not Shiori though. She's on break.
Yep.
So you know.
She's on vacay.
Yes.
She had a vacation already planned before she became a Hololive.
Yeah. And mad respect to her for going through and taking her vacation. She needs it.
She didn't know how much pants to pack.
She did say that.
Not just in the news thing. In the RPGMaker stream immediately following, she asked her fans personally how many pants.
Yeah. How long are you? Well, it depends on where you're going. Because if it's a hot area, you're going to want more because you're going to be sweating. But also, like, how long are you going to be there? Because that's an important consideration off the bat.
I say one more than you expect.
Again, if you're going to the tropics, you need like 3 more than you expect.
Yeah.
I'm just saying, like, if I'm in Mexico, I'm gonna need extra underwear because I'm gonna be sweating. You know?
Yeah.
I'm just saying. All right, we've made things uncomfortable.
I'm
Let's
glad we
continue
just
on.
said that.
I think that's a fairly universal human trait.
Leave a comment down below if you don't sweat.
Yeah. Let us also that is a medical condition that is actually very.
That'd be really
difficult for
interesting. You should
people.
come on the show.
Definitely. All right, the HoloID Cup. Moving on to actual information again.
Mm-hmm.
This was a big get together, obviously put on by the HoloID members. Everyone was involved from Hololive Indonesia in some regard. So,
Actually, one thing before we get too deep into this.
yes, go
I
ahead.
I assume that the ID members, that there were like host streams that were kind of showing what was going on.
Yes.
So I was an idiot and I didn't realize until after I watched this that I should have done that because I watched the whole thing through Gura's stream. So I only know from her team's side of things.
Yes.
Gura.
This is the funny thing is, of course, like Gura's stream was recommended to me, so I opened it first. And then I'm subscribed to Kiara and so she got recommended and she was on the opposite team. So I opened up Kiara's as well. And then there were so many voices in my head, I couldn't understand what was happening. And then eventually I pared it down and I just I swapped between the two and like muted one and unmuted the other kind of thing. So I got both sides of it more or less. And then also I had the commentator stream open because the commentators were Rene, Ollie, and Muna. Sorry, Ollie, I know you're watching.
Ollie.
So the commentators, Rene, Ollie, and Muna. And then you had everybody else was playing for the most part, I do believe. But we had 2 teams. You had team, I might butcher these words and I apologize, Sirkandi, which the leader was Zeta. And then you had Marine, Pecora, Gura, Anya, Toa, Kobo, Ame, and Bay. And then you had team Pertiwi, which was the leader was Risu. And then you had Kiara, Calli, Luna, Fauna, Koyori, Iofi, Kaela, and Sora. Now, I might have messed those up a little bit, but as far as I understand it, these 2 team names were named after figures from Indonesian mythology. Not 100% sure on that again.
Sirkandi, Indonesia's woman warrior.
There you go.
Okay.
This was such a chaotic event, though.
It very much
'Cause
was.
There was because as you, I'm sure you noticed from all of the team members that he just read off, there were a lot of people on both teams.
So it was like 8 or 9 per team. Yeah.
So anytime they were all in a lobby together, in a voice chat together, it was just screaming, and that's all you could hear.
Especially during the beginning and end when they had everybody in the same voice chats. It was just chaos. It
I'm
was
also
great.
reading this as like, to be frank, these are not quiet people.
No.
These are like all the loud people.
So I felt a little bad for the JP members actually because most of this was happening in Indonesian and English.
Now you know how we feel all the time.
True.
That only made it even worse because it was 3 languages at the same time.
I know. It was chaotic, but it was so much fun. So basically the way that this worked was it was all in Minecraft and it was all like sports games, right? I think there was 5 or 6 events. There was Capture the Fort, a sack race, tug of war, badminton, and soccer. And there was the 2 teams. Sometimes they were broken up. Sometimes it was all at the same time. It depended on how things were going. But it was just team-based games. And then at the end of each game, they were awarded a certain number of points per team. And then it moved on to the next one. So Capture the Fort, the points went to Srikandi. The sack race went to Srikandi. The tug of war went to Pertiwi. Badminton went to Pertiwi. So we entered the final game, the soccer game, there were more like Srikandi had more points, but anyone could win. Mm-hmm. It could go either way at this point. And then Team Srikandi, which was the red team for the soccer event, absolutely demolished. They got an early lead. It was 2-0 at the half, and then they picked up 2 more points, and then Pertiwi got like 1 point but they were basically just playing out, playing safe and trying to run out the clock at this point.
Yeah.
So at the end, the winner was Surkandi, which again was Zeta, Marine, Pakora, Gura, Anya, Toa, Kobo, Ame, and Bay. They all got together. They had an award ceremony. They passed out medals that were little like PNG medals that then they could put on their models, which was really cute. First and second place, of course. And then they all took pictures, and it was really fun.
One of the notable things that I remember happening was during the sack race. One of the members disconnected, and they didn't account for people disconnecting.
They didn't know what to do.
So they ended up stopping it and restarting it, and then clarifying that if it happened again going forward, that the matches would not be stopped. I felt so bad though, because I was watching Gura's perspective, and Gura was standing there and like watching Fauna just zoom by in first place ahead of everybody, and then it got restarted, and in the restarted match, Fauna got stuck on a cobweb or like immediately, and was in like dead last the entire time and could never catch up.
Yeah, it was pretty sad. So that definitely was one of the things that happened. I will say when it came to soccer that Yofi was a brick wall. She let one goal past her, and like she just kept catching that ball every time. Otherwise, she did a fantastic job.
Oh, in the soccer?
Yeah, in the soccer.
It was Ame.
Oh, yes, it was.
Oh,
Ame.
yeah, there.
Yofi was on the other team.
Yeah.
She did her best. But you were right, it was Ame. Ame was a brick wall. She did fantastic. But either way, it was good all around. It was really fun and hectic because, like, I will say on Pratiwi that, like, it was a lot of Kiara and Calli yelling.
Yeah.
And then everybody else was also there. Like, but I mean, like, I felt bad because I don't think I heard Sora say anything. like, I wanted more of Sora, but like she was having fun. She was there. Luna was a little loud here and there, but
Sora's always the kind of person to just like vibe.
Yeah, she's good. She's there for the fun of it,
Mm-hmm.
But it's just always like, man, I like Sora a lot,
She's a good talker. She's just not necessarily a loud talker.
Yeah, exactly.
She's back when this was a very different company.
She started this company, damn it. All right, so just in general, I guess I didn't ask, but did you watch any of the HoloID Cup?
No, I did not know it was happening, despite our predominance to report on news.
So I know I watched most of it, and Carlos obviously watched a ton of it too. So it was really good. If you haven't checked it out, we recommend it. The other thing, this is the last like big collaborative event that we're going to talk about here. I don't really know a whole lot about this. I know it happened. I wanted to watch more of it, and I never got around to it, unfortunately. But the Pokemon Unite tournament has happened. Cameron, have you seen any of it?
One clip.
Okay. Carlos, this is your baby now.
I watched the whole thing from Fauna's perspective.
There we go. Tell us about Fauna's perspective, then.
Well, this was a promo event for the actual World Tournament, which was happening like the next day, I think it was. So it was pretty big for them, honestly, that they're being used for, to promote such a big event.
Makes a lot of sense, frankly.
But they followed real, like, tournament rules. Mewtwo was banned. I don't actually know anything about the game.
No one does.
Pokemon Unite is a MOBA style game.
I mean,
where you play as Pokemon.
I know what the game is. I've never paid any attention beyond knowing that it's a MOBA.
It's MOBA for children with the exact same price for cosmetics.
I know that I watched Kiara's practice stream, and it was really funny because it was her and Fauna, but that's about it.
Well, the EN team was definitely full of people that had no idea what they were doing.
Fantastic.
Yep.
But they also practiced like crazy for this. And it really showed in the tournament because they did very good.
That's good.
So, I mean, they came a dead last still. But I didn't get the scores. I forgot to put them down. But they were in third place, but not by a lot.
That's
and
good.
everybody did actually win a game, including the EN team.
Awesome.
It's just they didn't win by enough to get enough points to get out of third place.
It's I did see a meme based on this that was the guy that's like shaking the champagne and spraying it everywhere and spraying it in his own mouth and stuff. And then it zooms out and he's the one in third place. And that was just like Hololive EN.
Yeah.
Like they were just really excited they won one kind of thing.
They were just excited that they didn't get stomped.
There you go.
We're just glad we got invited.
Sometimes that's all you need. Like you just want to not lose every match, you know?
Yeah.
Me when Street Fighter.
Me when Super Smash Bros.
But yeah, they had an MVP system for it where it would track points and just who was doing the best. And the MVP of each team actually got some really cool stuff.
Oh, nice.
Like they got a 2D trophy of some sort, but they actually got a Mew plushie and an official like jersey uniform, like for the Pokemon Unite World Tournament.
Oh, cool.
It's official uniform that you can't buy. It is only for participants.
That's pretty cool.
So one person from each team ended up getting this stuff. So Fauna did get that.
Nice. She deserved
No
it.
way.
She seemed like she knew what was going on.
She was the coach for the EN team, so she really worked hard to get them all into shape.
Fauna
that's
is literally a gaming Kieran.
But yeah,
So it seems like Pecora, Fauna, and Ollie were the MVPs that won out and got a Mew plushie and a uniform.
Mm-hmm.
JP won against EN, and then it was EN versus ID, and EN won, and then ID versus JP, ID won. First overall was JP, second was ID, and then third was EN. So quick stats for everybody.
yeah. The general feel from it was EN had their individual players were kind of doing their best, and it just kind of worked out all right for them. The JP team were playing as a team. They definitely knew what they were doing. And ID team was playing the traditional try-hard strategy of being as absolutely as aggressive as possible and hope it works, which usually works.
Do trades first round, get kill.
Zerg Rush, eek, eek, eek. That's what I got. That's how the Zerg play. Sounds like a good event overall, though. And like you said, it is just really cool that they got to do this as an official thing to like promote the main tournament. Kind of
Yeah, they got to play a couple of animated trailers for it on stream too, which they said we get to watch 3 minutes of anime on stream. It feels so good.
Guys, you won't believe it. Guys.
Guys, I met Ash.
You mean Satoshi?
What?
What? He retired. He's gone.
Who did I mean?
I don't know. Anyway, let's look at some smaller events and news stories, I guess, that have happened throughout the week. And some of them even announcing things that are about to happen.
Doodly, doodly, doodly.
Doodly, doodly, doodly indeed. HoloLive Summer Festival will be on August 29th, which is a Friday. That's good to know. The fireworks will be at 9:45 p.m. JST. Set your clocks.
Look outside your windows.
The HoloLive Summer Festival is something they've been doing for the last few years. Every year, they get a bunch of people together. They design basically a traditional Japanese summer festival inside Minecraft. They have contacted all the construction companies this year, and everyone has agreed to start building things.
Good work, good work.
They have a location picked out, and basically everyone from every branch has been invited to the HoloLive Summer Festival in Minecraft.
Kayla furiously making another part of her Excel spreadsheet to figure out how this factors in.
She's going to be selling everybody all the materials.
She could just go dig in her chest and give out 20 stacks of dynamite, probably.
True. So if you've ever seen these in the past, you know that I think it was Miko and somebody else made a haunted house in the past and things like that. Nene and Lami made an underground maze that people had to go through. Ina had to go through it, and at one point she had to give Nene a kiss because she went down the wrong path.
Oh, I hate that for her.
Oh, so sad. Things like that. There's just a lot of like really fun things, haunted houses and mazes and things like I said. But also there's like fishing games and there's shooting out like galleries and stuff, all kinds of stuff. They do a really good job and they come up with some really neat ideas, frankly. So I'm looking forward to this. I think this is always a really fun summer event. Do you guys care?
I've never seen one.
Really?
This might be my first one.
Oh man, there's so
I've only ever seen like the abandoned places from where they held them.
The Minecraft content I see is very specific.
fair enough. This is going to be a really fun time. These always are. It's just great to see. This is, if you ever saw the clip of Miko calling Gura George, he's like, "You're George." And Gura's like, "I'm George?" Because Miko meant to say Jaws.
George.
It's one of those all-time classic clips. And like, yeah, that was one of these events. Because you see combinations you don't normally see.
Yeah, like, hey.
This is where Ina got her harem, because we talked about harems earlier. Ina's harem is all of ID Gen 3, I think, 3 or 4. I'm blanking right now. It's Nene and Lami and Botan, like all of them. All of those girls really like Ina a lot, and they spent the entire stream like fighting over her. So it's like these things where like you see just combinations and stuff that you don't normally get to see in HoloLive. It's a lot of fun because everyone's involved. IRyS is getting a 3D showcase on August 19th, finally!
Finally!
IRyS, who debuted before Council, is finally getting her 3D debut.
Let's fucking go!
Very exciting. Congratulations, obviously, to IRyS. I'm sure it has nothing to do with the fact that she had to re-debut once. And has a completely different design. Not completely, but she has a much different design from when she started.
I cannot wait for you, IRyS. I'm so excited.
Yes. It's going to be a very good time. August 19th. Again,
August 19th.
Set your clocks.
August 19th. Hey, Siri. August 19th.
I didn't get that. Could you try again?
IRyS 3D debut, August 19th. Please remind me.
This is quality content.
Okay, I've added IRyS.
August 19th.
Nerissa has released her second cover. It is Goddish. It's a classic, fantastic song. She did a really good job. This time she did not translate it to English. She left it in Japanese and sang it. It is just overall a very high quality cover. Really
It was
good.
very good.
Have you listened? Have you listened?
I have.
Yes. High five. Good job.
I hate it when they do that. And they make me feel like
Marine has a new cover. I'm going to do my best to read this. Carlos added this information. Megumi no Hito by Koda Kumi, which is also a cover of an even older song from 1983 by Rats and Star.
I hate it when the Rats and the Stars broke up, man.
You know, right? Bay's never been the same. It's a fun song. You can tell it's very much a 1980s like J-pop song. It's good.
Yeah.
It's fun. The MV, the music video, is fantastic. Frankly, it's very well animated. She's really going all out. I love that Marina has the resources to do this sort of stuff now. Frankly,
Yeah, and she does a really good job at like taking these songs and making them her own too.
she's always going to do that. That's one of the reasons she's great. All right, there's this little game out there, little tiny game. This is the other thing that's happening on August 17th. Is the Holocure update will be live and available for everyone.
Holocure!
Yes.
Holocure!
Yes. It's a big game. So you might know Holocure by the fact that all of the Hololive talents got early access to the update, and they've been streaming the ever-loving shit out of it.
And I have avoided every single stream because I actually just want to play it.
There are spoilers.
Yeah. KU, the developer, actually
Yes.
specifically asked everybody that's making clips and stuff to mark it as spoilers.
If you stream it, please mark a spoiler. If you make a clip, mark a spoiler. Please. It's free.
It's a free game. They're waiting for the big day.
I have clicked on 3 clips, saw what I came for, and then left before I learned too much.
I've never played this game, and I've been watching clips like crazy, and some entire streams. Mostly what I've seen has been really good, though. And so this is something that, boy, if you're a big Holocure fan, then you're going to be eating real good soon.
Oh, this is good eats.
Yeah.
My favorite part. I'm sorry, Carlos. I have to tell you about this.
It's okay.
He added a computer desk and intentionally made it an unsatisfying length so you can't put the chair in the middle.
I hate that.
He literally was like hanging out in Calli's stream. Calli went, I can't put the fucking chair in the... And then Dev in chat just goes, smiley face.
That could be he did it intentionally, or that could be he couldn't figure it out.
He 100% did it intentionally.
I believe it. He's done a lot of crazy
If you make a
stuff.
tile-based system, Jesus fucker.
I will say that Ollie also may have found something really interesting that's a secret. So
I think I know what you're talking about.
there's some really cool stuff out there. Anyways, in a couple of days' time, we'll all get to experience it ourselves. And if you're watching this podcast, you already have the opportunity because the podcast came out after this.
I hate you.
Future people. All right, we got a couple of folks that got 3.0 updates again this week. HoloLive continues to roll these out over time. This week we got Botan.
At random.
Yeah, very, very random.
Botan, your turn.
There's a clip out there that I really love where she's worried that she got fat because her 3D model is like looks a little wider, maybe
A little bit bigger.
a little bit chubbier. It's cute. I like it.
I mean,
Or not her 3D model, her 3.0 model. Jeez.
I mean, they take some interesting liberties in the models sometimes. Like, I know Gura's is really noticeable for me because her cheeks are so fat on her 3D model.
She got chubby cheeks.
I mean that ties in with her mouse pad too, with her chubby cheek mouse pad. So yeah, Botan can do all the normal stuff. She sticks her tongue out. She has shiny eyes. She has heart eyes. At one point, she put heart eyes on and then stuck her tongue out. It's pretty cute. The other one who got 3.0 is Korone. Well, I know you guys are big fans of.
Arf,
because she's
arf,
great.
arf, arf, arf,
Again,
arf, arf.
all the same tricks and everything else. She really loves the fact that she can apply a lot more pressure now. By that I mean that she has this thing where she can like make her facial expression look darker. And so whenever she's like upsetty spaghetti at the chat, she can try and intimidate them by like leaning forward and then she's in shadow. It's really cute. I like it a lot. She has a lot of fun in her debut stream for her 3.0. In general, it's very exciting.
When did her 3D debut happen? Or 3.0 happen?
Korone's?
Yeah.
Like 6 hours ago.
Okay, good, because I literally checked her channel last night and she hadn't streamed in a week.
Yes.
Which I noted at some point in here.
Yeah, so she's back now, and now she's got 3.0. So that's pretty cool. You know who else is back? Backstreet's back, all right.
I knew it.
Yeah, I know. That's, how could I not? I'm a child of the 90s. UMISEA is back. And that leads us beautifully into the HoloGraw recap. Have you gentlemen watched the HoloGraw this week? I'm speaking like this while I drink whiskey.
As per tradition.
I have not seen this hologra. I watched the music video, but not the hologra.
All right, you have to show everybody. So this is the UMISEA HoloGraw, which also then led into their new music video that they released. Chloe, being a full-fledged member now,
Yay.
is heavily featured in this. It's great. It starts off with them on a ship, of course, because they are UMISEA. They decide they want to have a girls' band, and they're like, what instruments do we play? And then Chloe's like, I play the bass, and everyone ignores her. It's pretty great.
That's appropriate for a bass. That's me, IRL. I'm the fish man. There's a man with a fish head. Let's see.
So they all ignore Chloe, and then she gets upsetty spaghetti, of course, and smashes her bass. I don't know why we're recapping HoloGraw. We do this every
HoloGraw
week.
recap. It's that time of the fucking week.
Yes, this is just an excuse to get Cam to watch it, frankly.
Yeah.
I like when Eno holds up the chicken and goes cock-a-doodle-doo. It's pretty funny. Just in general, it's another weird, wacky HoloGraw that doesn't make a whole lot of sense, and then the shock at the end is fishmen. There's a bunch of fishmen.
I look deeply forward to the fishman.
I mean, the hologra almost never make any sense at all.
Yes, that's 100% right. But the thing that's interesting about this HoloGraw, again, is it leads into the announcement that they have a new song. Even in the song... Oh, yeah, I forgot Chloe gets knocked off the ship by another ship as well. She just takes all the L's in this one. The new music video and the new song is really fun. It's really cute. It is called Ocean Wave Party Live. There's a star in there somewhere, too. General, it's a J-pop song. A little bit more rocky because it's a band song kind of thing is the entire idea. Even in the song, they call out the fact that they're not actually playing any instruments, though, and that they're an air band.
Band, yeah.
It's pretty good. I like the song overall. It's fun. It matches with their aesthetic, some would say. You can find all this stuff on the official HoloLive channel if you want to watch it yourself. And you do, because it's great.
Go to hololive.com to learn more.
Sure, why not? All right, let's talk about a few downer updates real quick while we're going through all the news and information. Lami has COVID and will be taking a break to recover. This is unfortunate. From what I understand, there is a variant going around in Japan specifically right now that is pretty awful. So we obviously wish her the best, and we hope that she has a speedy recovery. Korone will be streaming less for a while to spend more time with her mom. Her mom is sick right now.
Oh, jeez.
So again, Korone, obviously, she came back and she did one stream today for her 3.0 model update. But obviously, we want her to take all the time she needs, and it's more important to spend time with your family sometimes. You know?
She had already not streamed for a week before this.
Yes. So we don't know when she'll be streaming again, and frankly, like I just said, family needs.
She's very well known for wanting to be around her mom as much as possible, because her mom does get sick quite often.
Yes. So this is obviously something that's very important. And the one is very rough news in general. Nanai, who is one of Korone's Street Fighter 6 coaches, and an Idol Showdown competitor at EVO 2023, has passed away. I heard about this the other day as well. This is incredibly unfortunate. He was 32.
So
He was very young for something like this. He passed from heart failure.
He passed, I think it was like within a day or two of him returning to Japan too.
Yes. It's one of those things where this was really unexpected. He got back from Japan. He was there for, I believe, less than a day. He was tweeting like 6 hours beforehand, and then, just his heart gave out. I would expect there's some underlying condition, of course, but it's really hard to say. It's frankly not incredibly important. The important thing is that he's gone and he'll be missed, and it really sucks. This is one of the folks that after Korone's Street Fighter 6 tournament, he's one of the folks that ended up streaming with her and like the other members of her team after the tournament was over, and like into that evening. So I'm sure it's particularly hard for Korone as well, but this just sucks for everybody. This is just a huge loss in the fighting game field and just in general. It really sucks. So,
yeah.
All right. There's not a good way to bring up the mood after the announcement of someone's passing. There never is. I don't want to be disrespectful, and that's really hard to do right now, frankly, because this is something that it's going to affect a lot of people for a long time. But we're here to podcast and, try and, I don't know. It's hard to bring up the mood again, is all I'm trying to say.
We're finagling.
Yeah.
I mean, you've either got to put it at the beginning and move on from it, or put it at the end and end on a bad note, or...
I guess I will half segue since we mentioned EVO, an event that he had attended. Mm-hmm. It's a little update that I noticed we didn't have in the updates section. The Hololive fighting game was at EVO.
Yes.
And they announced a new character is coming to it.
They did, yes.
They announced Pekora.
Which is cool. Obviously, Pekora, one of the biggest talents at Hololive and just in general when it comes to VTuber streaming.
Yeah, typical fighting game discourse. She was in the last game. Why isn't she in this one? Typical DLC characters of traditional roster. We're paying for M. Bison again. Stuff like that. Surprised Pekora wasn't in it sooner. I didn't see any of the gameplay of her. I saw some of the sprites and stuff. Looks good. I still have to play that game.
Yeah, I haven't touched it.
It's hard for me to find time. It's just like fighting games aren't like stuff I reach for automatically.
I'm very bad at them, so just in general, I try to avoid them for the most part. All right, let's talk about some really fun and big moments that we enjoyed from the week. Different streams, different events. Obviously, the Advent Earth Defense Force, the Advent EDF 5 stream, Earth Defense Force 5 stream, was momentous.
Yeah, I caught a little bit of it.
And boy, there's some stuff coming out about this stream. Just in general, it's a really fun game, a really funny game. If you don't know, it's a game where you are basically superpowered people with giant guns, and
EDF.
and you You fight off alien invaders that are bugs.
Giant bugs.
Yes,
And
ants and spiders.
it has one of the world's greatest English translations.
It's definitely up there.
Such fantastic. It's so hard to explain. You've just gotta
You will
experience
not
it.
want for quality dialogue.
EDF.
So yeah, this was definitely a really fun collab. All of HoloAdvent was obviously involved. My favorite part of this actually had nothing to do with the gameplay. My favorite part of this was Bijou.
Bijou.
Because Bijou posed a question. A very important question. Spiders shoot web out their butt, right?
Technically.
Yeah, right. Bijou asked that. And
There's quite some
I
technicalities
believe
there.
Shiori was the one that answered. Was like, yeah, they do. And Bijou was like, well, shouldn't Spider-Man shoot web out of his butt then?
I think that's why very explicitly in most of the comics he makes launchers. So it's not like Mother Nature doing what must be done and putting anuses on a rising star's wrists. Tobey Maguire was no coward. He had arm anuses and shot through the air.
Indeed.
I think that was Shiori's response to that. Then was, well, then doesn't that mean that that Spider-Man's hands are his buttholes?
What? God, she's perfect.
This also led to the discussion of fan art of like, well, what superpowers would you want? I'd want to be Iron Man, et cetera, et cetera, et cetera. And then they're like, oh no, Bijou, if there's fan art, you're Spider-Man and you're shooting webs out your butt.
Yeah, sign the fan art.
And the fan art has come. My favorite one, there's two of them that I saw that Bijou herself retweeted and replied to. The first one was just a very tight-fitting Spider-Man outfit with a very conveniently placed cover. And the artist was like, I didn't put a hole in the suit because she's an idol. Instead, there's a flap. Bijou like retweeted it, and she was like, thank you. And someone made a fucking game where you're a tiny little Bijou like that fires webs out of its butt, and you have to swing through a bunch of rings.
Mary Jane, hold on.
Well, that certainly didn't take long.
It's amazing. And Bijou was like, of course, she retweeted the GIF that someone posted to Twitter and was just like, how did you do this? Like, and then she was like, and also, how can I play this? So there might be a Bijou butt swinging game coming out for anyone to play, I guess. I don't know. And hopefully she streams it. That's going to be a permissions nightmare, I'm sure. Either way, that was my favorite part, was the butt web. From this game.
Most of the streams I watched this week were Advent. Just let me know where is a good place to put them, gentlemen.
Well, right here's fine.
Okay, let me get mine out of the way. Because thinking of Bijou remind me, I did actually watch some of Bijou's stream with Calli. Did you gentlemen see any of it?
A little bit.
I saw.
I'm not deep enough into Undertale to really understand.
I watched just enough to know I need to leave because it's going to make me feel away, but I respect her deeply. So she revealed how Undertale helped her pass her audition. And here's the answer and why Calli had to be the one there with her.
Yes.
She modded Undertale and replaced Sans with Calli. And then she forced Calli to voice the dialogue she wrote. Also, by the way, the whole time she's beating the Sans fight, which is infamous in the Undertale community. Okay, here's how hard the Sans fight is. It's built that Sans has like 80 lines of dialogue for reattempts. And there's a halfway point where Sans goes, all right, we're done. Are you cool? If you say yes to cool, he literally picks up your character model and dunks it through a basketball hoop and says, get dunked on. This fight is infamous for being as hard as it gets. It's the Tuhu of fucking nerd shit.
I will interject quickly that Kanata fought Sans for 30 plus hours over a series of 340 plus attempts in order to beat him once.
So Bijou's auditioning with a mod she made and beats it in one go on the audition.
I would also like to point out that Flair has killed Sans over and over simply for the fun. Because Flair's insane. Go ahead.
So I had the butt out because I can. It drives me crazy the idea of making a fan game and forcing my Oshi to read it. I do not wish to be observed. I respect Bibu's strength. That is powerful. Sit fucking down and read my shit, nerd.
I really, really like this rock because she is legitimately like, she jokes all the time about being empty-headed and not really like knowing what she's doing and stuff. And I'm here for it, babe. Like, this is the best. She's just, I fucking love everything that I've seen her do.
The
so
Rock's
far.
gonna spice everything up.
Oh, 100%.
Yeah, she's definitely the one that she loves what she's doing, and she loves sharing what she's doing.
My theory
100%.
that she was gonna collab well is already coming true, I feel.
Oh, easily. Yeah, because I did see little bits and pieces of this. Like I said, I wasn't 100% sure what was going on, but I really did enjoy it. It was very, like, her back and forth with Calli was fantastic.
I saw some of Nerissa's Wonderful Life straws at Harvest. It's not called Harvest Moon anymore. It's legally distinct.
Yeah,
It's a Harvest Moon remake. Like, oh my god, it's literally just it's a wonderful life, but we did it again. I love it. She's bitching the whole time about the art style and how they fucked it up. She wants her ugly men back. Why aren't these characters hideous? She named her cow Fauna.
She did.
Yeah. God, she's just like us, for real, for real.
I mean, the Cowkini exists.
It was funny. I feel like Nerissa's can be a good vibe, especially as she gets more comfortable.
I really like her too.
I watched Shiori's RPGMaker stream. It's a great stream, especially if you want to hear her talk about anything but RPGMaker. She has a fun time talking about like the versions and like the differences between them, which I could talk about for days because I was down there in the trenches. She talks about some RPGMaker games she plays. She also talks about her experience in an MMO and her attempts at making her own game. She met a guy through an MMO. Mm-hmm. And the guy had some problems because he was a dude and he wanted other dudes for romance. She was afraid to say it. We'll say it all right. He was gay. He was very gay. He was homosexual, a gay man.
Yeah.
Fighter of the night man. So yeah, he was a gay man. And she talks about what their experience together was like and how he liked big buff dudes. And she
There's
like
a term for that in Japan.
Yeah.
Go ahead.
And she liked the edgy Twinkie dudes. So they don't agreed on. He would literally send her pictures of dudes he found hot, and she'd reply, "No, this," and he'd go, "Fuck that shit."
So like
We'll meet in the middle at Cloud Strife.
so
No,
like,
Zach's better.
So it's definitely like the Asian stereotype
Yeah.
why like all mobile games and Asian and like just Japanese games, the guys in them are always just like skinny little twigs of human beings.
That's it.
And then, well, first of all, another interesting detail. She's a pretty good storyteller. I wouldn't stick around with her if she wasn't good at it. Because I've tried a lot of the, we're just chatting streams and they usually don't click. Hers are clicking pretty well so far. She talked about how the guy, every time a guy would join the guild they were in together, this guy would immediately descend upon them and be like, "Hey, how are you doing?" And she was like, even when he learned they were straight, he'd keep going. He was aggressive. It's like, bravo, brother. But how she made RPGs is she and him would go onto the Google, look for cool art, and then copy and paste it into a Google Doc and come up with ideas for a game. But then they would insert themselves as characters hanging out with the cool people.
Oh yeah, dude, self-inserts.
Yeah.
This is my self-insert fan fiction.
And then they like abandoned it super hard, but it was a really fun thing to listen to them talk about.
One direction goes one direction.
And that direction.
Well, in the Holotalk, I remember Shiori specifically said that something she really wanted to do someday was she wanted to make a game and she wanted it to be a self-insert game. And she's just going back to what you just said, and she said she's never successfully managed to actually complete one. She's attempted to make them before, but has never finished one.
Now's the time, Shiori. Now's the time.
I haven't seen a ton of Fuwamoko. I've just seen them talk about
Extreme violence.
Yes, that is from their...
The Typing of the Dead
Yeah.
streams are really good.
They are so good.
I also appreciate they apparently have a misunderstanding corner.
Yes. It's been currently 3 days since the last misunderstanding. And it was at one point during the stream where people were just like, Mokoko, is that a misunderstanding? Did we reset the counter? What's going on? And Mokoko was like, no, stop it.
I do like the gimmick that like they have to like pump the brakes, pause everything, and clarify misunderstandings. Like
Said fluffer. Fluffer. Mother fluffer. It's pretty good. I like it a lot. I'm just a big fan of dogs in general, frankly. I like them.
you're a dog.
I like them all. They're all good. Okay. Do we have any other Advent updates currently?
I'm seeing if there's anyone else I saw. I have to get around to it. I think it was so horrible with names, and she Polka.
Oh, Polka.
Yeah, I think she had an
Polka.
anniversary, a 3-year one, and she went bungee jumping with Bay.
That sounds awesome.
She apparently invited Crony as a joke, and then Crony's manager reached out and asked, "Are you joking?" Because Crony's very scared.
Amazing.
That sounds exactly like what would happen.
Yes. We'll get to anniversaries in a little bit, but Polka's was on the 16th. Yes.
Yeah.
Oh, man, that's amazing.
I think that's why all I have for unscheduled content. Carry on, gentlemen.
All right. Back to the list.
Safe, secure, on the rails, listed.
Back to the pile. Gura, Kiara, and Ame have played Paranormal Cleanup. It is a haunted house escape type game. Gura and Kiara, of course, scaredy cats.
Yeah.
Notoriously.
Which is kind of weird considering Gura likes horror games too.
Yeah, I know, but she's
Massive coward.
pawn is the word.
I think she spent almost as much time hiding in lockers as she did playing the games.
That's how I would play. Listen, I'm not gonna play horror games on stream unless I'm forced to, first of all, and second of all, because I'm not entertaining. I don't scream. I clam up and then I hide. Like I'm just like no, and I walk away. Ame apparently was unlucky. Mm-hmm. I take it she just got murdered very quickly.
It happened a few times. At some point, she glitched her character model and got stuck. And unfortunately, what happened with her getting stuck was she couldn't move, and she was up against one of the lockers that you could hide in. So what Gura decided to do to try and unstick her from the whatever it was that she couldn't move was she would lure the monster over to her and then get in the locker right next to where she was stuck and just watch her get murdered.
It's the right thing to do. That's what I would want my friends to do.
Morally correct.
It did not work.
Oh,
So Gura or Ame just got to get screeched at by monsters for nothing.
I love Amos so fucking much.
Oh, it's so good. Apparently, they did manage to beat one of the levels, which is good. And then they had a fun and interesting discussion of animatronics. And I believe I know what happened here. Was they asked Kiara, "Are there any famous animatronics from where you're from, Austria?"
Yeah.
And she said, "Yeah, the Terminator."
Kiara had no idea what animatronics were.
Good job, Kiara.
And the whole time they're discussing this, Gura's just like Googling pictures of like animatronics, but with like their skin stripped off.
Oh my god, girl.
And she was like copying them and like pasting them onto her stream for everyone to see. And in case you don't know, they're horrifying.
Hey guys, it's just like the FNAF.
Yep.
We should have our fan theory discussion. Oh my god.
Hey, while we're talking about that, I'm gonna ignore you. Yeah. The other
Golden
game,
Freddy.
yeah, you want those games streams.
Yeah, those games.
Yes, those games. This is a compilation game that looks like a bunch of mobile games, right?
Have you ever watched a mobile game ad and thought, man, that game looks mildly interesting, and then you click on the ad and instead it's a Ponzi scheme for transferring gold into JPEGs?
Yes.
Take your money for realsies.
Yes.
What if you could play those games from the ads for $5 on Steam?
I'm interested.
Well, you can.
Oh, cool. I hear that-
Introducing math game that hurt Gura.
Yeah, the tower math game.
Yeah.
You telling me Gura, famously fantastic at mental math, had trouble with this?
She's so fucking bad.
You mean the one where she used a calculator and still gave up?
Good job, Gura.
It's not even a joke at this point.
Proud of you.
It's just sad.
Oh my god. Apparently chat said, "That's sad, Gura." And Gura said, "You could have just called me old." It would have hurt a lot less.
I don't even remember what that's from anymore. It's just it happened in our chat.
I believe it. Picking on Gura is one of the best things about Gura, though.
One
frankly.
must.
But yeah, a bunch of different people have been playing this. Gura, Yuko, Fauna, all kinds of folks. So.
Yeah. We literally watched the Fauna clip before we came on today, folks. It was really fucking funny.
Check them out. They're all really fun. Nene had a 3-year anniversary.
Happy birthday.
Okay,
It's an anniversary.
Yeah, it is.
I know, it's just being goofy.
Happy anniversary, Nene. We're going to talk about anniversaries in a little bit anyways, so
Yay.
we'll save the rest of that. Mumei hit 800,000 subs and did a karaoke to celebrate. It was an unlisted, but if you can find the link.
Let's see your little link.
With that little link, you got to
You wouldn't do that. You wouldn't
open
click on a
here.
link
Maybe,
like that.
maybe open it in a new tab.
No one made that link for you. That's a secret link. If you click on that, you know.
Anyway, she had a little bit of a cold, wasn't happy with her singing. Obviously, she still got all this stuff going on here and there, so.
It was a little weird though because in case you don't know, Mumei's actually at over 900,000.
So look forward to the next karaoke stream, folks.
It's tomorrow.
Probably. All right.
I feel like sub numbers don't even matter anymore.
It's hard to say. Dude, Pippa has 250K. She's a fucking gremlin. Have you seen the numbers on fucking Chibi Doki?
Chibi.
Chibi Doki has one of my favorite clips of all time. Tangent.
Nope.
Yeah, Chibi Doki has 250,000 subs. And at one point, she made the greatest clip of all time, in my opinion. Which is somebody said something about having kids at some point in her chat. And her response was, bro, you're a Chibi Doki watcher. You're not having kids. Your line dies with you. Like,
You're right.
and I fucking died. It's such a good clip.
I need to stand up and go outside.
It happened in one of Urika's streams too, where Urika was just like, well, if you're feeling bad, just go get your wife or girlfriend. Just that's what they're for. They make you feel better. And then like one of the first responses in chat was like, Urika, we're watching you at 3 a.m. on a Wednesday. We don't have girlfriends. Either that or we're 5 times divorced.
There you go.
The 5th one's when I found VTubers.
She left me, and that's fine because I already had Uruka. All right. Pomu. That's right. We're off the Hololive now.
Pomu Rainpuff.
Pomu Rainpuff is at 600,000 subs and has done an endurance unarchived karaoke. Very impressive. Good job, Pomu.
Good job, Pomu. Very proud
Yeah,
of
this
you.
was a real endurance stream too.
Yes. Her original plan was to hit 100 songs for 600K subs. She hit 600K subs in less than 2 hours and decided to go to 50 songs anyways. Which I caught her at like songs 43 through 47 or something. She's a good singer, that Pomu.
Good singer,
I
good
like her
singer.
singing.
She's really good.
Yes. I really did enjoy the little bit that I did watch of her, or listen to her, I guess. She showed off part of her Metal Gear figure collection because she is well renowned as a giant Metal Gear Solid fan. She will talk your ear off about Solid Snake any day of the week.
She literally has like Solid Snake art drawn for like transitions for her streams.
Yes.
Respect.
She's well known for her love of Solid Snake. And she ended the stream with Chop Suey, Calendar Girl, and then Akiverse. I know what Chop Suey is. It's a good song. Yes. But just in general, I watched, like I said, I saw part of the stream. I really liked what I saw. She's a good singer. Carlos, what'd you think?
Wow, I had a good time. I watched a lot of it.
Yes.
But it was like a 5.5 hour long stream, so I didn't get to see the whole thing.
I know that Pomu's one of the few Niji Sanji folks that has done collaborative work with
Collaborations.
collaborations. Yes. I'm gonna put this whiskey down. She's done collabs with Kiara, and that's cool because it was around the same time that Ina did a collab with Salen, and there was like a little bit of Niji Hollow love right there, which was really nice to see. That's how I got exposed to Pomu Rainpuff. So, and just in general, Pomu's one of the good ones, man. She's a real one. She's doing good work out here. So I'm glad to see that she's hitting her goals and growing. You know.
But yeah.
Next up, we're going to talk about Yuko. Yuko Yurei. She's a ghost. She goes boo.
Boo.
Her fans are the boo bros. I know that much, right? Right?
Yeah,
I think so.
but she doesn't go boo. She goes one yow.
Carlos, tell us about what happened with Yuko this week.
Well, she's still currently on kind of a break, kind of not. She has some personal stuff going on, so she's with her parents right now.
She's on a slowdown kind of thing.
Yeah, so she's just doing Twitter Spaces that's streamed onto YouTube right now. But yeah, she had one where she was just kind of hanging out with people for a while. You know, she played the cello a little bit and her guitar a little bit, and a chat asked her at one point, "What instrument are you actually playing right now?" And she responded with mayonnaise.
Is mayonnaise an instrument?
Horseradish, neither.
But yeah, she's just trying to keep us in the know, make sure that people aren't getting too worried about her while she's gone. Just kind of chatting with us a little bit. She's one. I don't know what it is with the Idol Corp members that just love having their super chats set up to the AI voice readers. But I heard at one point somebody was like super chatting her in Critical's voice. That was pretty good.
Cringe.
We're living in a hellscape.
Cringe. That's my Charlie impression.
Yeah. Cringe.
Cringe.
Cringe. Don't forget to like the video, subscribe, comment.
This girl shows up, fires Dookie out of her butthole. Cringe.
Cringe.
That's my entire Charlie impression.
Yeah, that's the rest of the episode, Carlos. Like, you're just gonna have to like deal with it and stuff, all right, man?
It's not cringe when we do it.
Yeah, it's not cringe when we do it. This is like great bit.
This is a great bit.
One of the best bits of all time. Contemplating it.
Twice as good as Donkey King.
What's your favorite Donkey Kong?
I don't really play Donkey Kong games, I'll be honest.
You have to pick one.
Jungle Beat, then.
Which one's Jungle Beat?
It's the one you play with bongos.
Same. I got that one as a kid and got unironic blisters on my fucking hands.
I've never actually played that. I'm going to say 64 because I'm a 64 guy.
There's a part in the boss fights where the game goes, all right, now hit the bongos hard as you can. And I did, and injured. Dark Souls font, cock injured.
Wee bowling font. Nice cock.
That's one of the best videos on the interweb.
It is. All right. We've diatribed long enough. Diverted attention, whatever.
Well, we got halfway through Yuko's Twitter space.
Yeah, I knew this was coming. Let's go ahead. Go ahead.
How's there more?
Because she did another one.
Sorry, I feel like I've been conditioned to react extremely to when you speak.
I love that Carlos is like the most calm and collected person I've ever met in my entire life, and then he just comes on here and like trauma dumps.
Go ahead, Carlos. We're sorry for judging you.
Okay, fine. We'll be nice and calm.
Okay.
This will be a nice, fun segment.
You've lied to me before.
Nope.
When have I ever lied to you?
I'm ready, Carlos. I won't react.
All right, go ahead.
She had her parents on stream.
Oh, that's cool.
That's cute.
It was actually very cute.
Okay.
Because she warned us beforehand. It's like, hey, I'm gonna have my mom on, but my mom is way too shy to actually be on here. She's would only agree to do it if Dad could also come on. So
You got to get the pair. I mean,
Yeah.
the whole collection.
So she starts the stream. Obviously, she had this beautiful, like, aged up version of her own character model on screen for her mom. And then on the other side, this nice little stick figure drawing for her dad.
Perfect. That's about how much VTuber fans care about fathers usually, or any male for that matter. So that makes sense.
Yes.
But this ended up being opposite of what everybody thought would happen.
Really?
Because her dad was hilarious.
Oh hell
Yeah, funny dad.
dude! Funny dad's
Dad
great.
stream.
She asked her parents how things were going, start the stream off, and her mom's just like, oh, okay, and everything's going well. And the first thing her dad says is just, "Meow."
Oh God, I love it. Her dad's a troll. This is great.
Imagine you hear a masculine, vaguely Austrian voice go, Kikariki.
Kikariki.
Guten Tag. I hope you've been treating my daughter well.
Yes, sir.
Respectfully, sir.
So her dad's a cool guy.
Yeah, he was striking jokes the whole time, and like half the jokes, Yuko was like, "Please, Dad, no, I don't finish these jokes.
I love a
Please,
good
you
dad
might
stream.
get me canceled."
I love a good
I
dad
have
stream.
to watch this now. This is amazing sounding.
It's like 20 minutes, so
Canceled
hell yeah.
by my own father in another world.
You know, I was gonna make a joke about like, is this like a seance that two parents are having for their dead kid because like she's a ghost or whatever? But like, this went for a completely different vibe, and I'm loving it.
yeah.
Frankly,
He kept making like jokes about like his Indian heritage. He's like, "I'm full-blooded 70% Indian." And at some point, Yuko's having like this serious conversation with her mom, like just talking about something, and she goes over to her dad and is like, "Dad, what do you think?" And he just like leans into the mic and just starts straight back in like his Indian heritage again.
oh my God, I love it. Okay, so yeah, this is I'm gonna have to throw this on the docket for something to watch.
Yeah, typical parents. Her mom played like audio recordings of when she was like 9 years old on stream.
That's cute.
I'd
though.
kill her.
It's cute.
It'd just be me babbling about Blue's Clues.
At 9? That's fine. I'm not judging. I'm just asking a question. We're not allowed to ask questions now. I see how it is. America. All right, go back to talking about Yuko. I realized I was getting myself in a hole I didn't want to
Yeah,
be in.
I feel like you're projecting another emotion.
Yeah.
Uh,
I'm in a weird place today, guys. Let's talk about it. Let's examine these feelings.
Let's have a Twitter space.
Yeah.
What's powwow?
it's a short, worthwhile watch.
Hell yeah.
I mean, she goes in and start asking her parents like, "Hey, what do you like best about like my streams and everything?" And she asks her dad first, and her dad just goes, "Nothing."
Oh,
I don't watch you.
Dad, what the fuck?
Amazing.
He does say something after.
Of course, yeah. You got to make the joke first. That's the thing. That sounds like a great stream. I personally, I want to check it out. Sounds good to me. So, all right, Carlos, you did this one too. Cam and I have been Hololive fanboying all week. Apparently,
I'm trying to keep up with Advent because this is a very important stage. It's like I want to see how they develop it beneath this microscope. When do they become weirder?
It's happening even now. Trust me. Bibu's firing web at her butt.
I'm trying my best to. I'm kind of stretching myself a little too thin,
Yeah.
in my opinion. But at the same time, it's kind of coming at the expense of paying almost no attention to Niji Sanji.
You know,
and I'm moving on to Idol Corp instead.
let's give them some time to sort themselves out.
They've got some work to do on themselves. and that's
Strangely
fine.
enough, Idol Corp seems a little more stable at the moment.
I've realized for the second week in a row I've brought up a random VTuber that we've never talked about ever before, but I've watched a shocking amount of content from. Last week it was Fillion, who is very popular, and this week it was Chibidoki. So perhaps we'll deep dive into them at some point soon.
This is kind of like just like little mini like focuses, right, that we're doing.
Yeah, exactly. So tell us about Riro Ron. Is that like, you know what? Never mind. Just go. I'm gonna try and stop the jokes for a minute. Tell us about Riro Ron.
Well, she is a single member, similar to IRyS, actually.
Okay, cool.
She has no gen mates, and she's interesting. All right, she has a pretty detailed history on the internet, actually, and she's pretty open about not hiding it.
Okay.
I actually just saw a day or two ago. I've been having a good time, mostly just watching her shorts, honestly, because she does lolly covers of songs. Because she's got a super high pitched voice. But one of her very first shorts was it's the introduction to it is, what if that lolly song cover artist would sing with, or no, became a VTuber. And then she plays like some of her old like song covers from her old accounts.
Ah, I see.
Oh no.
So she's been around for quite a while.
For a while. Apparently she had an MLP channel that she wishes to forget about.
She did not elaborate on that.
Shame. That could have been some very fun content, I bet.
I might have met her.
Oh, really?
I was at one BronyCon.
Good Lord.
That was a microcosm of chaos.
I can't imagine.
Oh.
See, here's the thing. BronyCon every year was on the same weekend as Otakon. So I had prior obligations.
There are 4 types of people at the BronyCon. I am so sorry to like supersede yours, but it feels like it's relevant because we brought up. Okay, let's start with number 1: children.
Yes, they're there because ponies.
Nature's coleslaw. Tier 2.
Covered in mayonnaise and chopped into pieces? What are you talking about?
Tier 2. Strangely creative people who saw the first 2 seasons.
Yes.
Tier 3. A tier I shall affectionately refer to as horsecock.
You do not need to elaborate, unfortunately.
Tier 4 is musicians. You are one of these 4. Decide now.
Discord.
I'm howling at the moon and sipping in the middle of a summer afternoon.
There it is.
They use that song a lot for Homestuck things, and I don't know how we squinted past the lyrics.
Listen, you were a fan of Homestuck. I can go all day about what that says about you.
I belong in a meat press.
Yes.
One of the presses that makes it unidentifiable who I was before. That way you don't know I was a Homestuck fan before you eat the burger. That's where I belong.
Yes. Right through the grinder.
Something Vriska did nothing wrong.
Okay, back to Riro Ron real quick. Speaks English, Russian, and Spanish fluently. Speaks some Japanese, according to
I will
Wiki.
say, Carlos showed me a clip, and I was like, "Damn, the Russian pronunciation's like on fire," and I see this now.
Yeah,
Seems pretty cool.
I briefly watched one of her streams a day or two ago, a little bit, just long enough to find out they were talking about fast food, and it came out of this conversation that she is actually European, so it makes
Also,
her languages make a lot more sense.
She made the news,
The news.
false ID, recently because she had her content stolen and posted to TikTok, and it was getting millions of views. And then she had to make her own TikTok, and now she's posting her own stuff on TikTok, and hopefully getting millions of views. We'll have to see what happens.
Jesus Christ.
Her covers are really good. Yeah, she has some joke ones on there too, but even the joke ones are super high effort.
That's respectable. That's the thing is if she's gonna put high effort into it, then it's probably gonna end up really cool one way or another. I like her. I think she's pretty cool.
I don't know if I'll watch her streams too much, but her shorts are really entertaining.
She's right on the cusp of 50,000 subscribers on YouTube, I believe. So she's doing pretty good.
Yeah, we're catching up to her.
One of these days, guys,
Look out.
we're gonna crack double digits.
Carlos, hurry, speak Russian.
Subscribe today.
Well, she also debuted in February, so
She's got what's
what's
called
her-
traction.
Yeah, what's your plan? It's we're not cute yet. Give me a bit. I'll play Celeste.
That game is really good.
I'll come back cute.
For Extra Life last year, I played the first 7 chapters of Celeste in an hour.
I'll play Celeste. I'll hold my blachach.
I like that game a lot. It was actually an hour and 15
I'll,
minutes.
I'll install Linux.
Is this a femboy joke now?
That's a transgender dope.
Oh.
Blachach. It's the point.
Oh, the Blaha, yeah.
Yeah, the Blaha. It's
used-
the point that
I used to
fucking.
have one, and then I found out I shouldn't own one. I was like, I'll give this to a family member.
It's disrespectful. It's their culture. And I'm not even kidding.
No, that's the thing. I
can't
thought shark cute by shark, and then I found out I was like, oh, I'm appropriating culture.
IKEA even posted a picture of the Blaha holding a trans pride flag. It's fuck yeah. That isn't our shark anymore, but god damn it, I love that
I
shark.
was so excited to get it too. This is the cutest thing ever.
Wait. You played Celeste, right? 100%ed it? You
Our
owned it?
industry focus of the week.
The questions are starting again.
Something crack in the egg.
Industry focus.
Industry focus of the week is Yuzuki Choco. She's a school nurse at Underworld Academy. She loves sweets. Of course she does. Her name's Choco.
Oh
That
my
means
God!
chocolate. She has 988,000 subs on YouTube as of right this second.
So close.
She's known for her ASMR streams, and she is a member of Hololive Generation 2. 1? 2.
It's your industry focus.
I don't know. She is a member of Hololive, of course, and I believe she is a member of Generation 2, if memory serves.
This woman might as well be a cryptid. I have never seen her.
Cam is... Okay, here's the thing about Choco. Choco is sexy.
Oh, that explains it.
She does not get clipped a lot. She's not known for her humor. She's just very sexy. She's dressed like a nurse. She has a very sultry voice. Everyone's account of her in real life is that she is incredibly sexy.
Once I move out of my mom's house, I'll let you guys know how it goes.
That's what you're looking at Choco for, is she's sexy. She does actually have a fantastic voice. Thank you, Cameron.
Yeah.
For
Literally
saving
saved the podcast. Jesus Christ.
and just in general, she is fun to watch. Don't get me wrong. She has some really good clips out there. There's 3 I want to highlight. 2 of them are from the same stream, actually. There's a clip of her playing Minecraft, and she creates a peeking spot outside of Takane Louie's house so that she can look into Louie's bathroom.
Sexual.
She then got caught by Louie, and Louie put up a wall, and then Choco bribed her with in-game items until she took the wall down.
That's kind of fucked up.
It's pretty fucked up, but it was really funny.
If it was Aqua doing it, she would have just dug a different hole.
And eventually that's what she had to do. So, because then Louis put up another blockade. The second clip that's really fun is she can't believe she lost to a bean. Now, she drew her own emote at one point that was a bean.
Mm-hmm.
And during a particular stream, people were trying... She mentioned about how, like, you can get all this really cool stuff if you become a member. And then someone was like, you get access to the bean emote. And then, bam! Suddenly, tons of memberships started appearing because people wanted that the handmade bean emote from Choco. And she's, like, incredulous, and she's like, I lost to a bean. Like, how did I lose to a bean? This was, I believe, the same stream that she got 10,000 memberships in one stream. Not 1,000. 10,000.
I made a house worth of money because I drew a bean.
I think that, unfortunately, I believe there was some very special person who was gifting 50 subs at a time until they hit this point. And I don't know what that says.
There's always one.
Bean.
That's beyond a whale. That's insane, man. Anyway, fun stream clips to watch either way. Oh, there's also a really fun story that she has about whenever she... this is a clip as well that you can find, where she went to visit Subaru at her house, and she's like, Subaru, I can't get into your apartment. Did they change the code? And Subaru's like, no. Where are you at? And then Choco looked around, and she was in the wrong building. Choco is also very well known for the fact that she has a sleep schedule that borders on insanity. She will just stay up for days and then sleep for days.
No.
She has literally slept for 2 days at a time before.
Literally not how it works.
That's how it works for her.
Is she a caterpillar?
She's something. Anyway, Choco is a really cool person. I like her. She's close to 1 million, so if you want to go help her out, there you go.
I haven't been dissuaded from my theory she's a cryptid.
Yeah, me neither, dude. Her character is that she's not a succubus, but she's a demon.
Mm-hmm.
That's very sexy. So there you go. Check out Yuzuki Choco today if you haven't already.
Why are you so sexy? I don't know. I get nothing out of this.
Thank you, membership. Anyways, that's right. We brought back Industry Focus of the Week. It's been like 2 months since I've done one of these, so...
That hasn't made the episode shorter.
Sure hasn't. Indie Focus of the Week. We don't have one this week.
Yeah. Eat sand.
Coming soon, though, I've started to develop interview questions, and I'm going to reach out to some indie VTubers and ask them if they'd like to do some short interviews that we can then staple into the middle of our podcasts.
Yep.
I think it's a good idea. I think it'll be fun. If you're an indie VTuber, DMs are open.
Mm-hmm.
All right, let's move on to the fact that we're out here trying to work. Just drop a like and subscribe.
The call to action.
Yeah, the call to action.
Isn't it a little bold to have one in the middle and at the end?
Shut up. If you enjoy what you saw, we'd super appreciate it if you would drop a subscription. If you're on YouTube and watching us, if you're on Apple Podcasts or any other podcast service, feel free to drop us a 5-star rating if you're really about what we're about. We're just here trying to talk about things that we care about, like VTubers.
Yeah.
Again, if you're an indie VTuber, you want to reach out to us, feel free. Like I said, DMs are open. We're on Twitter at
Want to debut on our podcast?
for some reason.
We will
Sure.
audition in front of. We'll help you. I don't know how. We will. I'll be your musician. I'll go. Burp, burp, burp. I'll just play the Action 52 song. You know, the one that goes. Pah, pah. No, it's too late. I'm sorry. It's funny.
I don't know what's happening.
Just Google Action 52 OST. You know the one. It's the Cheetahman song.
Oh, okay, gotcha. Anyway, yeah, DMs are open. We are at Super Chats Pod on Twitter and on TikTok and everything else, basically.
Wait, TikTok?
That's right. We have a TikTok now. We got
Oh
clips.
my God! The children win.
The ideal is to have 2 clips a week posted. We're gonna put them on YouTube as well for now,
Yeah.
and see how it goes.
Yeah.
So yeah, we're happy that anybody who has stopped by has done so already. We're very grateful to everybody who has hung out with us.
We have
so far.
we have already hit the achievement threshold. So thanks, guys.
Yeah, sincerely, thank you for everything. We are very happy about it.
Sonic is trying his absolute best to be as disruptive as possible.
This has
right
been
now.
a destructive episode.
Yeah, Sonic is my cat, and he's a piece of shit. I love him. All right, let's move on to birthdays real quick, and then
right.
we're getting out of here.
Carlos, is it your birthday?
No, it is not.
Nick, is it yours?
No.
Okay, so what's coming up?
Well, Akai Hato,
Hachima.
Hachama. Again, she is currently dealing with medical problems, so she's not streaming or anything. Actually, her birthday was a little while ago. I think we missed it. I'm not quite sure.
Yeah, we definitely missed it.
So
And I wanted to point it out, especially because she's been getting a whole lot of like fan art and posts online of people wishing her the best.
we all miss Hato. We really do. Because again, she was one of those people that really brought me into Hololive and things.
Yeah.
I really do.
Nothing but the best. Jesus.
Yeah. I hope she recovers well and quickly, obviously.
You know, just tear up a little bit every time you're playing Holocure and you get to the Hachima spider boss.
When you were young.
Oh, Mumei, thank you for your hard work as well. Anyway, Hachama, happy birthday.
Happy birthday.
Mio is on August 20th. Okami Mio.
Mio.
who is, if you're watching on YouTube, she's on our set right now.
Dog.
Yes, she is a wolf.
Dog.
She has a beautiful cover of a song by Radwimps from Your Name. I can't remember the name of the song, but check it out. It's fantastic. It's one of the best ways to get into Mio as a VTuber. She has one very, very dedicated clipper that I know of. And like, shout out to you, dude, because like, if I need Mio content, you're where I go to. I will look up your name and bring you up next episode if I remember. And also, Girl DM on
Girl damn.
August 20th. Happy birthday. So happy birthday, Mio, Hachama, and Girl DM.
Girl DM's great.
Yes, she is. Now, I've thrown in the anniversaries
Oh no.
because we haven't really been celebrating those in the same way we have birthdays, but they are very important. So I'm going to run down through these, and we're going to have one happy anniversary at the end. Okay, guys?
Okay.
There's one thing I wanted to mention about one of them.
Okay.
That we skipped on earlier.
Fucking say
Okay.
it.
Was it Nene?
Yes.
Okay, what about it?
I didn't really get the chance to watch her anniversary stream. I would have liked to, but I did see that her very next stream after, she was opening what appeared to be some sort of cards. I had no idea what they were.
This is where your best buddy Cameron comes in because he has no life or happiness.
I had no idea
she
what
played
these
Pikmin.
cards were.
Yes, Ina's been playing Pikmin 2 as
I've
well
been
as a
watching
bunch
the
of other
shit out of Ina playing Pikmin. Where's the stream, buddy?
It was the very next one after her anniversary.
This one with all the fucking like mayhemic red text.
What?
people. Does appear to be.
No, Memeche, no, yes.
I have no idea. She
What
was-
in God's fuck are those? That is so uncanny.
I don't like it.
I'm deep.
If you know what's happening, please explain this in the comments.
But that is not why I watched this.
Okay.
hand cam.
Hand cam. You skip to like 3/4 of the way through the stream, roughly.
These are from Yakuza.
Oh.
3/4 through the stream?
Roughly.
Oh yeah, she got the action. She has a bunch of beetles. She likes them.
I love beetles too. Good taste. Good taste.
She was very passionately bringing her beetles out for her hand cam and showing them for everyone.
I did see a clip of this. It was pretty cute. She has a few of them. Yeah.
It says a lot. My genuine reaction is, oh boy, a little fella, while squealing like a woman who just met Oprah. Beetles are my Oprah.
Let's not examine that too deeply. Anniversaries. Marine's anniversary, August 11th. Lami's anniversary, August 12th. Nene's anniversary, August 13th. Botan's anniversary, August 14th. Porka's anniversary, August 16th. Shion's anniversary, August 17th. And all of Council's anniversary is on August 23rd. Congratulations to all of you and happy anniversaries.
Congratulations.
Ooh, you're getting older.
We all are. That's the way time works. It's one direction. And that goes one direction.
And that direction is towards my...
Jello Apocalypse, if you're watching.
Hey, Jello. Loving the lemonade streams.
Better than Yuko's. Thank you, everybody, for tuning in. We really appreciate it. And we hope to see you next week.
Next week, I'm dying.
Okay, we won't see Cam next week. Bye.
I'll die on podcast.
See ya.
Thank you.